Hello everyone and welcome to the Belt and Road Face to Face.
So for the COVID-19, not only changed China but also changed Pakistan. A lot of people, because of lockdown, they have to pay online.
To provide the digital economy and a paperless environment.
The crime of a thief is getting down and down.
We need such kind of third parties who can take the responsibility to have a safe and secure transactions.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Belt and Road Face to Face. Our program is co-produced by China Economic Net and Vash News Television. I am Zoon Khan from China Economic and today I am pleased to be joined in our studio by Joe Wong, who is the Senior Research Fellow at Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies of Renmin University of China. And we also have with us Dr. Sajid Khurshid from Pakistan, who is Department Head at Canadian International School of Beijing and also visiting faculty at Tsinghua University. Welcome both of you.
Thank you very much.
Let's start the first part of our program, Hotspot. E-commerce in Pakistan has a huge potential for creating 2 million jobs and boosting the country's GDP by up to $40 billion in the next couple of years. Rawalpindi Chamber of Commerce and Industry RCCI's President Saboor Malik in a statement urged the government of Pakistan to adopt new dimensions of the economy as Pakistan is still far behind in the race of the digital economy. The federal cabinet had already approved the e-commerce policy for promoting digital culture and paperless trade to help enhance the trade volume. However, more than 66% of the payments for e-shopping are still being made as a cash on delivery, also known as COD basis, which does not reflect the true sense and the true spirit of digital platforms. At present, Pakistan attaches great importance to the development of e-commerce. How do you think, Dr. Sajid, this priority is reflecting in the policies?
Zoon, the e-commerce provides a whole range of business opportunities. And specifically, right after the COVID-19, the scenario not only in Pakistan and China, all around the world has been changed. Because majority of the people all around the world, they're locked down at home. They don't have the opportunities to just go to the malls and buy. So in this span of time, almost like 6 to 8 months, the e-commerce industry boosts a lot. Pakistani government, no doubt they are doing a lot in order to provide the digital economy and a paperless environment. But on the other side, that we people are lagging behind about the IT literacy things, the trust of the people. In Pakistan, the people, if I ask someone, I can transfer the money to you through my phone or kind of electronic banking, they might not trust. They want cash or they want checks through the banks. Yeah. So the thing is, similarly, the financial institutions. Pakistani banks, no doubt they are capable of each, but we need such kind of third parties who can take the responsibility to have a safe and secure transactions. So the people has developed the trust that we have in mostly in China and other countries without any the fear.
Fraud.
But in Pakistan,
Scandal.
people, they're reluctant to use credit cards to buy stuff online because the hackings are there. So we need to have those establishment of those channels, which is secure networks, in order to provide. I taught e-commerce a lot in different universities, lots of different programs, and we teach how the digital currency and cryptographic currency can be worked together. How we have a digital signatures and digital coins and electronic wallets are working. So these things we need to educate our young minds into the universities, especially for those who are providing the IT graduates.
Professor Joe, before we come to Pakistan's need, because I think the problem right now with cash on delivery and with this lack of trust is that it reduces the true potential of e-commerce. So can you explain why and how in China this transition occurred?
Because that the mobile has been used in China for almost 29, almost 30 years. Even the producer of the mobile phone. Later, you see that the mobile phone can be used as a tool of a payment, or some of the people only see, okay, we can just get some information, some news from the mobile phone. So most of the elder people, even like me, at the beginning resist the e-commerce because they feel it's too troublesome. But you see, COVID-19 help everybody. You have no other choice. You have to choose the online economy, cloud economy, whatever it is, you see. So in Pakistan, I suppose the same thing happened. At the beginning, they do not know how to use the bank. They like to cash to delivery. No. They just go to the shop, buy something and pay cash. That is what they like, you see. So for the COVID-19, not only changed China, but also changed Pakistan. A lot of people, because of lockdown, they have to pay online. So no matter whether they like or not, they have to learn. They have to learn how to use that. And also, as we all know, that is the e-commerce become more and more convenient for the common people. Our Kalam, as well as Daraz. This is a way people have not got used to, but they have to. They cannot resist the temptation because people easily just get something. Especially my wife, you see, usually just through the internet and to order something the afternoon, something delivered to our home. You see, so people can't resist that. Even people feel at the beginning feel trouble. Later they feel very convenient. And also, if you don't have some bank account, it doesn't really matter. We can say that as Dr. Sajid said, we can use the third party to help you. So COVID-19 is not only the bad thing, but also it's trying to change the world a little by little.
Dr. Sajid, do you think now that more people have shifted to online buying, that there's more opportunity to invest?
Like why the people they're reluctant to purchase? If they go to the website, it happened even here in China. Now it's a time in Pakistan. The vendors, they put very elegant kind of pictures. They put lighting effects, they have photoshops and everything. Product looks so shining. And when they receive the actual product, they said, no, it doesn't look like the same. It happened many years ago here when they started initially. But now the Taobao, JD and many other companies, they develop the trust among people.
Yes.
This is now happening in Pakistan. Daraz, they're doing a very good job. They have a collaboration with Alibaba's company. They have a connection with them. People, they can pay at the time of once they like the product. If they don't like the product, they no need to pay. Nowadays, there was a time when the people said, the things on the Taobao is not really good quality, but now they have exactly the same quality as in the branded stores. So there is no question because the trust is developed. Secondly, like Escrow is a third party that is working with Chinese telecom systems as providing the third party institutions. And they provide is called secure electronic transactions. They mention very clearly on the website, all of your transactions will be secured by the third party. If something happened wrong with your credit card or some financial institutions, they would be responsible. Taobao, JD, they grew in 2003 actually. Before that time, there was nobody knows about the online systems. There was a time, it happened with me personally, we went outside for dining and for some other kind of stuff, and I forgot my wallet at home. And I have to go back home. But now in my wallet, I keep some amount of the currency. I don't think the last 6 months I touched that currency because even the micro payments, if I need to buy a bottle of water, 1 kwai, I have to pay through WeChat.
But there is one point, Professor Joe, may I ask you
Okay.
A lot of people used to think that if you're paying online, you'll spend more. Is that true?
You know, sometimes they have incentives, you see. If you pay online, sometimes there's an award point for you. Notice one of the important things, the crime of a thief is getting down and down. Right now, there's no pickpocket in the bus or the railway.
No wallets.
Because no meaning.
Cash.
You see, they cannot get enough money. About 5 years, there's no pickpocket anymore in Beijing.
In Pakistan, there are about 76.38 million internet users. And the Alibaba's like chairman, the Jack Ma, is doing a lot for the Pakistan, and that's why the Pakistani government offering him, already declared a civil award for him, because he's providing a lot of services on e-commerce in Pakistan. 76 million users of internet. If even half of them they started working on internet, I think it's a huge potential.
Even we do not see the good prospects of the Pakistan e-commerce, is really what we say that is resist some of the difficulties of COVID-19, is developing very fast, faster than people's expectation. I think one of the things which we have to mention here is the more educated Pakistani people are, the better efficiency the e-commerce will appear.
Yes.
So right now, I suppose the important thing is let the people to feel assured that using e-commerce will be very safe, will be convenient, will make them rich, will make them to lead a better life. Because a lot of people do not know, and it will take some time for people to understand.
Pakistani government at the moment, definitely they are working so hard in order to promote this the IT-based industry. They are planning to produce 20,000 IT graduates every year. They are trying to establish the IT parks, digitalization of everything. They are reducing the bandwidth of the companies. We have 5 mobile phone companies in Pakistan operating, which is having a huge competition among them. Digital marketing is a very important tool. The social media is very, top of the list in Pakistan. If you want to promote something, it's the best way.
For the young generations, they don't care about taking risk. So the younger generation, they are the more educated they are. I think the more innovation they will create in Pakistan. I feel very optimistic about Pakistan smartphone's future. I'm sure that is more people will just try, maybe try 10 times, one time successful. It's not
good.
bad. So that is what we need the young generation of Pakistan to try. And also the government need to do something, if not leading role, just to encourage them to try.
The mobile phone usage, it's still cheaper in Pakistan as compared to China.
The smartphone producer should just do the research on the young generation's hobby.
In that equity rules, you are not supposed to send your personal information on the internet.
Young people don't really care prices so much. They care how convenient it is, you see, how useful it is. Prices, they care, but not on priority.
You're watching the Belt and Road Face to Face, and we're about to enter the second part of our program, Figure. With remote working and online education becoming a new norm, there has been a surge in 4G consumption, whereas 3G demand has continued to decline. According to the latest statistics from the Pakistan Telecommunication Authority, the number of mobile phone subscribers grew from 167.27 million in June 2020 to 168.04 million in July 2020. Similarly, the number of mobile broadband, both 3G and 4G subscribers, expanded from 81.14 million to 82.76 million. At present, a significant number of mobile phone users in Pakistan have voice-only devices. The biggest barrier to the provision of internet connectivity to the lower income segments of society remains the affordability of smartphones. So, what is the current national utilization rate of smartphones in Pakistan, Dr. Sajid?
The trend of using the phones, especially the smartphones in Pakistan, is growing day by day. And according to the statistics of the Pakistan Telecommunication Authority, in Pakistan, mobile phone users are 165 million.
Yeah.
Q Mobile is very famous in Pakistan. It's all established and designed and prepared in China. But no one, if you ask Chinese people about, do you know about the Q Mobile? They don't know. because this being designed only for Pakistani markets or some other countries maybe. It's quite reasonable in price, having almost same kind of features that we have a latest in iPhones or in Samsung phone or whatever the latest. A majority of the population, around 75%, 75 to 77% population of the country, they're using phones. Up to a certain number, which is 33 million smartphones in the country. 2 companies, I said we have 5 mobile phone companies.
Locally
and
active.
2 of them, Zong, which is China Mobile in Pakistan,
Sure.
and MobileLink, they are offering at the moment 4G technologies. The rest, they are still on the 3G, but 3G, 4G, they are very common in Pakistan.
Yeah, that's right.
And I must say that the mobile phone usage, it's still cheaper in Pakistan as compared to China. If you have a Zong package in Pakistan, which is China Mobile,
much
they have
more
a very
expensive.
special package from China to Pakistan.
Yeah, that's
calls,
right.
in fact. So I mean, these kind of things are really helping for growing the economy, as well as the smart technologies in Pakistan. Plus, it boosts the competition, the economic growth, and providing lots of opportunities for the people.
I think in the future, and more Pakistani people like to use videos, meetings,
Yes.
and by using Zoom and some other means to have a meeting together. Even the student, the classmates and the schoolmates don't have to gather together, and just by using Zoom. Young people don't really care prices so much. Priority is the convenience. So I think Pakistan, the smartphone producer, should just do the research on the young generation's hobby and what they would like, you see. So not necessary to lower our prices, but the function are limited. That may not, appeal to the new generation customer.
When we have an ordinary phones, we have like ordinary textbooks, newspapers, magazines. We need digital cameras for photographs. We need camcorders for videos. But now just a single device, a smartphone is enough.
It's everything.
It's everything. So smartphone, rather it's a bit expensive, there is no question about it. But they change the entire things. I still have a camcorder, I still have a digital camera, but I seldom use that because smartphone is providing much more capabilities.
There could be some way to incentivize people, or maybe the government can provide smartphones to especially farmers, etc., to improve their business and opportunities.
A lot of, elder people from the government, they don't like to use a slightly complicated
Phone.
devices.
True.
Maybe their children may encourage their father, okay, if you are
usage
going
is
to
different.
you think that is a lot of convenience here. Even the father do not know, they may just in the parliament, Congress, they say, okay, smartphone is very, very useful. Maybe they cannot take any for example. They only say my child, my son has done use it very well. I think another thing which is also important, for generally, education is important in Pakistan because we all know some paper newspaper, they worried if the e-commerce, especially a smartphone, is very popular, people may not read a paper newspaper, and the paper newspapers company may bankrupt or something like that. So a lot of worried. But in China, we just make newspaper and the paper newspaper together. We still just put some advertisement on the paper newspaper.
Even today, when I was teaching to my students a digital citizenship, we have 9 rules for that how to use smartphones and digital devices once you have a free access on internet, including digital health. If your addiction of using computers, internet on phones, you have a back problem, you have an eyesight problem,
neck problem.
You have a neck problem. There are plenty of if you don't have a proper posture, that is called ergonomics, that's the problem. Similarly, security issues. If you log in and access of your login passwords, the payment issues while you're accessing your encrypted credit card numbers. We are using plain credit card numbers, but there is a concept of encrypted credit card numbers. Nobody can trace those actual credit cards. Similarly, in that equity rules, you are not supposed to send your personal information on the internet. There are hackers and spammers.
It's not just the government or anyone, but really we can have online platforms
That's true.
that have this kind of, they're safe enough and they can provide their customers monthly payment options.
This is what we need in Pakistan to promote smart
Yes,
technologies.
promoting smart technology will go together with promoting consumption.
Yeah.
With that, we close the second segment of our program.
It's wrong that Valentine's is only for the boyfriend and the girlfriends.
They lack more holidays, more ceremony to celebrate. So Qixi may not be necessarily so important, but important for the lovers.
And then they will take 1 month time, and right after 1 month, 14th March, they will yes or no.
Single economy in Pakistan, I think it's difficult because I don't really think the Pakistani society encourage young man and young woman. They dated every time, they never married.
You're watching the Belt and Road Face to Face, and we're about to enter the third part of our program, culture. Qixi is a traditional Chinese folk festival which has been endowed with the beautiful love legend of cowherd and weaver girl through historical development. In contemporary times, it also has the cultural meaning of Chinese Valentines Day. On Qixi festival this year, sales of flowers exceeded 400 million. The box office of theaters exceeded 500 million, and the popularity of domestic travel was 21% higher than last year. Besides, single people also spend a special day that day. Over 360,000 people searched Taobao for Qixi frog, with prices ranging from 0.5 to 100 yuan. Because the frog sound, gu gua, sounds like lonely in Chinese. Netizens use this to tease their single friends as well. Valentine's Day has always been a hotspot in Pakistan. How do you compare the two festivals, first of all?
Chinese Valentine's is much more popular, of course. In Pakistan, we just celebrate the International Valentine's Day, which is 14th of February. But in China, we have both.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Like the Chinese Valentine's as well as International Valentine's. And they're equally important for the business point of view and the activity. In Pakistan, especially in terms of like the big cities, there's a huge kind of like events. It's a day of red balloons, red roses, especially the young people. But I remember a few years ago, I was in Pakistan at that time, and I bought 2 flowers, one for my mom, one for my wife. So it doesn't mean only for the lovers. Valentine's means like anyone, the person you like. Generally, the concept is being developed, which is wrong, that Valentine's is only for the boyfriend and the girlfriends.
Qixi is about love for anyone?
International Valentine's Days, you see, they are secular and imported from foreign countries. Young generation like to spend much time that day rather than Qixi. Because Qixi, we can see, is more local, more in the countryside rather than in the
Cities.
big city. Especially recent year, and Qixi become the way that the business people can make some money for this kind of so-called holiday, which is not the officially one. So Qixi become the second Valentine's Days in China, but which the further one is more important than Qixi. When the lovers, you see, wanted to warm their relationship, they lack more holidays, more ceremony to celebrate. So Qixi may not be necessarily so important, but important for the lovers.
Like in Pakistan, the Valentine's Days in the small towns and villages is not that much important, same as in China. Like the concept of the actual International Valentine's Day. And if you're talking about the Chinese Valentine's Day, in terms of the Chinese culture and tradition,
Yes.
it comes on the Qixi 77. It comes on the 7th day of the 7th month of the Chinese lunar calendar. And it's a romantic myth that a weaver girl and an ox herd, they will fall in love together. In terms of the business and marketing activity, I think the organizations, even the governments, they're trying to promote these kind of things as a business activity.
Yes, that's really true.
Especially in China, like 14th February is Valentine's Day, and 14th March is a white day.
Yeah.
I never heard it. I said, what is White Day? I asked the lady.
What does it mean?
It's right after exactly 1 month. Then she mentioned the 14th February, the boy or the girl, they propose someone about to be together. And then they will take 1 month time. And right after 1 month, 14th March, they will yes or no. I learned this thing in China, not in Pakistan.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So, I mean,
But in Pakistan, we don't have.
Ramadan itself, it's a business activity. People, they earn sometimes like in all over the world. Christmas, Black Friday.
Yes, that's right.
These are the business activities. But recently, in Pakistan, the Valentines days has to be stopped by officially to celebrate, because it's being kind of banned from the Supreme Court, that it's not matches all the Islamic values in the culture. So that's why the people still in hotels and home, they are celebrating these kind of events. But it's not now.
But more privately.
Official.
Yeah, more privately.
Professor Joe, what do you think should be the biggest sales festival in Pakistan?
I think that I would like to add something for just Mr. Sajid said. You see, what we say, China focus more attention on holiday economy. I think here it is much more stronger than that. You see, for Valentine Days economy, I don't really think China will just use it, develop very fast, especially so-called single economy. In Pakistan, I think it's difficult because I don't really think the Pakistani society encourage young man and young woman. They dated every time, they never married. I don't really think so.
No.
So it's very hard just to enhance a so-called single economy in Pakistan. But even in China, I don't really think it will be encouraged officially. Single women usually they have a lot of non-official association or something like that.
Right.
For single men, I think in China, even in China, it's slightly difficult.
It's very, very difficult. In China, if you're a boy and if you want to get married, in Pakistan, we have like Islamic norms and values, okay, the people that do care of it. And if the boy don't have a house, even sometimes a job, their parents can support to get married and they can live together. We had a joint family systems. We 3 brothers lived together at our parents' home. But gradually we worked more and we earned more and we earned more and then we got our own houses.
Yes.
But after getting married, not before that. Chinese culture is slightly different in this.
Why you need to buy a house before you get married. At the end of the day, both Chinese and Pakistanis, we are societies that love celebrating. Definitely TC is one opportunity for people to express how they feel about the ones they love. I hope that in Pakistan we can have a similar celebration. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. It can be something from something local, maybe something from Heer Ranja. We have many stories. Why not?
Make business to get more money.
Yes, and I think that is the main theme for today. How do we encourage people to have more access to online platforms, to encourage people to sell their products, boost the economy, and culture is really one fantastic way to do that. With that, we will close today's program. Thank you to both of our panelists for a wonderful discussion and to all of you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.